I first started fishing before I could remember when I first started fishing. I have no idea. I was a tiny little toddler and I'd go out with my dad. My earliest memories though are bluegill fishing with my dad and a little bobber and a little piece of worm. So when I was younger, I'd go fishing with my dad a lot. And one of the early memories I remember, him and my mom, we hiked into this little pond. It's a rock pit pond. And I'm sitting there bluegill fishing. And it was like before I wanted to touch worms. I was a tiny little kid, just grossed out. So I'd be there sitting there, just raking in these bluegill, putting them in the bucket. I'd swing them back, give them to my mom. She'd pop them off the hook, put a new piece of worm on it. I'd go back. And I probably caught 60 bluegill just sitting there, just so stoked out of my mind. Like, this is awesome. I first started steelhead fishing. I would go with my dad when I was a little kid. He fished his whole life, so I started when I was young. I wasn't very good at it. The first fish I ever hooked, I was, I don't know, probably like 8 years old. I was throwing a spoon, swinging it, and I thought I was snagged, and I freaked out. I had a fish on, I couldn't reel. I didn't know what to do, so I just started charging backwards up the bank, and I ended up tripping over a stick or a log or something, and I lost the fish. But, so after that, it was a few years until I got actually good at fishing. My first limit I ever caught, I still remember to this day, back-to-back cast, number 4 blue fox on this awesome little seam on the river that we're standing right next to. I was, I don't know, probably 11 or 12 years old. My earliest steelhead that I can remember landing, the memory is when I was by myself. It's so vivid. When I got the first fish to the bank, I thought, wow, like I've been hiking back to the river for miles, for weeks, trying to get a steelhead, and I finally got one. The feeling was like, I can't wait to show my dad. I can't wait to show all my buddies. I got this beautiful chrome steelhead, and it's sitting there on the bank. The next cast, I hook another one and land it, and my high went from here to just to the moon. And then I had to hike him out probably 3 miles. And when you're 12 years old, trying to hike out 2 steelhead, that was a pain in the butt. What keeps me chasing steelhead through the runs, going up and down throughout the years is it's difficult. It's not easy. It's not going to a lake and fishing for a stocked trout. You know, it's the struggles, and not just the struggles, but the places that it brings me, you know, to just the awesome, beautiful Pacific Northwest. It's hard to describe to people that don't steelhead fish or haven't been in this area what it means for me. It's my life. I mean, it's the one thing on this whole planet that makes me who I am. Like, my career is one thing, but this steelhead fishing is, I can't get any higher than when I catch a steelhead. That's it. For the next generation of steelhead anglers, for myself, I've been kind of mentoring a couple of younger kids. I mean, Colt, he knows who he is. I've kind of been trying to show him what I know about the river and about fishing, and I hope to bring more kids like him into the sport and have the passion for it like I do. And I can tell when someone is just digging for information to go, you know, tell their buddies or blab, but when you're so passionate about it, like some young people that I know, I get satisfaction out of that as well. What made me go steelhead fishing in Alaska is I've always wanted to go fishing in Alaska. I mean, we went coho fishing, and that was insane. And so steelhead, to me, I far prefer steelhead over coho. And to have the opportunity to go fish in this world-class fishery was like, yeah, okay, no brainer, I'll go. I want to go right now. I want to leave right now and go, but some stuff is keeping me back. My favorite moment on the Alaska trip that I could probably share right now was the triple that we caught. I mean, there was 3 of us with these awesome steelhead. That was so awesome. And this run that we'd been getting some fish out of. And this particular run too, one thing I remember is the guy who was taking the photos almost sat in a beaver trap. Like, it was inches from getting his ass in a beaver trap. That might be my favorite memory. One thing I learned about steelhead in Alaska that I did not know before, well, to be honest, I've never watched a steelhead grab a spinner and not be able to feel it and then let go of it. I mean, it doesn't do anything to the rod. That's pretty insane. I've never noticed that before. One thing I want to tell Phil about Alaska is I'm pretty positive that I caught the first steelhead on his new fly rod. If not, I caught the first one of the trip anyways on his rod, so haha, Phil. The reason you should go see the movie Addicted Alaska, even if you're not a steelhead angler or even a fisherman for that, for that fact, you should go see the movie because of the pure entertainment that it's going to bring you. And it's going to open up your eyes to what is out there outside of this realm. My name is Lonny Brooks, and I'm addicted to steelhead fishing.